Hello, you may have expected a Drod video here, but today it's going to be this instead. If I look or sound a little bit off, it's because I'm currently fighting off a nasty cold that I picked up during my trip over the last week to the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. This is something that I've been going to for 8 years now. It's a really good time. It's a gathering of lots of people from all over the world who are involved in game development in some way or would like to be, and we just hang out there and talk to each other for a week, and it's pretty great. So, while I was there, I got sick, which is the exact same thing that happened last year, of course. In preparation for being away for a week, I decided to see what it would be like to pre-record all of the video footage that I would need to have an uninterrupted schedule on my channel while I was gone. This turned out to be actually a pretty terrible idea for a lot of reasons, and I don't think I would do it again, but I wanted to at least try it once and see what it was like. So it was exhausting. It consumed all of my free time in the weeks leading up to the trip, as I just tried to get a little bit more and more ahead of my schedule so I would have enough to put up so I wouldn't have to record anything for a whole week. I think the quality suffered a little bit because of this, and I missed some crucial information in some of the games that I was playing that really would have saved both me and the viewers a fair bit of frustration. Yes, I know there is an inventory in Drod RPG now. I've known about it since before I left for my trip, but there was nothing I could do because I had already gone ahead in the game without having used it, and I think I did fine without it. I just wasted a little bit of time, but some people got rather comedically upset about it, which is what I predicted. But anyway, so as of today, when this goes up, I've run out of all of the pre-recorded stuff, so it'll be just new footage from here on out. Now, there is a problem. This is actually very difficult to record because my throat is not really cooperating with me right now. It kind of is a little bit painful to talk, so I'm trying to keep it brief. Unfortunately, I've had to re-record this many, many, many times because talking is hard. Talking into a camera is harder. Talking into a camera and trying to hit a certain number of points that I have notes for in front of me is even harder. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead with this. Apologies for any awkwardness, but that's just what's going to happen because I'm tired of talking and I want to stop. Problem is, if I can't talk right now, I can't actually make new videos very effectively. This is unpleasant. So there might be a little bit of a lull until I'm able to do it again. I'm also ridiculously busy this week and might not even have had time to do video stuff. Anyway, I need a drink. Be right back. Okay, that's a little better. Throat still hurts, but I'll just try to keep this short. Might be a little bit of a gap in content until I feel up to talking at length again. So sorry about that, but nothing I can do. It's just biology. So as soon as I'm better, I'll be picking this up again. While I was at the conference, there was a bunch of cool stuff to see. VR was a pretty big theme of it, as I predicted. There were VR demos for things everywhere. I didn't actually get a chance to try any of them because the lines were always super long. And I just didn't want to compete with everybody else at the conference. 27,000 people, apparently, for something that can be only used by one person at a time. But I got to see some of the technology on display there, and it was pretty cool. Oculus is definitely not the only player worth watching right now. The Vive is kind of the big new thing. It's HTC, I think. Is Valve involved with it somehow? I forget exactly who's behind it, but anyway, it's pretty cool looking. There was talk about the Indiepocalypse, which is apparently kind of a thing, kind of not a thing. Basically, just people are adjusting their expectations of possible business success from being an independent developer downward. So it was a little bit more pessimistic about the viability of being able to make it as flying solo like that. I think it's a matter of just people adjusting their expectations to reality rather than things actually getting worse. Anyway, I'm not super well versed in the subject, so I shouldn't speak about it too much. One of my highlights was that I got to talk to Calvin French, the developer of The Real Texas. This was a game that I Let's Played last year that I really enjoyed a lot, and had lots of things to talk about with somebody else who knew about it. So, yeah, we had a long, very enjoyable conversation about it and other things. It's been greenlit for Steam for quite a while now, but has not actually been put up on Steam. And I kind of got the story behind that. I won't relay the whole thing here, but basically, like, he's working on some sort of small expansion to it, which I'm eager to play and see what it's about. So when that comes out, it'll also come out on Steam. He's also working on another game, which I had looked into a little bit, didn't really get what it was about, but now that he's described it to me, I'm actually really excited to play it. It's called Paradise Never, and apparently involves... I don't feel like I can adequately relay the way he described it to me, but anyway, it's a super cool looking game, somewhat inspired by Majora's Mask, involves time loops in the same sort of sense as that, so it should be super cool. And based on how amazing The Real Texas was, I'm expecting it to be pretty good. I also asked him about a couple of the things that I did not understand about that game. The triple crossbow does in fact have ammunition that you can find in the game. I got a minor hint about where it might be found, but didn't go as far as actually spoiling it, so I may be doing something more in that game to look for that, solve that one and some of the other mysteries, and just get to know it a bit more, because it's just such an amazing game that I'd love to come back to it and spend a little more time on it, which I will definitely be doing when the expansion comes out, whatever form that takes. Anyway, one of the things that I noticed was that my ability to talk to people comfortably and just generally carry on a conversation was greatly helped by having done Let's Plays for as long as I have. So yeah, that's just an ongoing thing. It continues to get better and better, so this is, in addition to just having fun with it, this is also a form of self-improvement for me. My throat is really hurting, so I'm ready to stop talking right about now. Anyway, so hopefully more videos soon. Don't know exactly when. Likely before the end of the week, but it might be at least a few days off before I get the chance to do that. So anyway, just wanted to let you people know what was up. So I didn't just disappear without saying anything after seeming oblivious to all comments on my videos over the last week. Yeah, so I'll see you as soon as I feel a little better and am up to talking at length again. And I'm ready to get back to my normal schedule. Yeah, that was an ending. Bye. See you next time.